Interesting. So this is what it's like to walk in the cornfield. Hey everybody, soybean farmer here. July the 1st, about 11:30 in the morning. Still got a little bit of shade up next to these trees. I'm down here at the 6 acre field. We didn't look at this field much last year because it was a complete and total disaster. This year, well, it's over what we had here last year. It's 100% improvement. It's still not what I would have really liked to have had, but it's major improvement over what I had last year. The issues I got out here this year was me trying to learn how to use a planter. Let's see, the dual function wheel is a packer wheel and it's the drive wheel, and there's individual wheels for each planter unit. I didn't totally understand the downward pressure that needed to be applied by properly adjusting the top link. So there were situations where the wheel stopped turning, and when the wheel stopped turning, it stopped dropping seed. So you got some blank spots. The job at hand down here this morning, I've still got some grass spots that didn't kill, and I spotted a little bit of water hemp, and I'm definitely going after that. And while I'm here working on it, I'm going to get the grass side of it too. The water hemp patch is right there, probably 30 yards out, but I can see it. I don't know if the camera's going to show it to you or not. We'll try that zoom toy. Yeah, that might show it to you. But anyhow, that's going to get sprayed. It's going to get sprayed with the recipe that works so well that I've already talked about. But you can see a little grass in here. There's a little more water hemp. And you can see the missing rows, like that row that I'm trying to center up on right there. See, from there on out, you see where it stopped planting, and then it started again at probably 45 yards out. And there's a decent section there. But it's just kind of hit and miss with what went on with that planter, and I take the credit, you know, not knowing what I was doing. Wouldn't want to be trying to spray with a boom sprayer today. It's too much wind, but the wind sure does feel good. It's hot out here. We're having a little heat wave. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming in tomorrow, which will cool things down and hopefully bring some rain. As you can see, the crop's not drought stressed, but anytime it can get a drink of water, that's just good for it. I mean, you don't want too much, but you need what you need. I'm going to walk on up to about the top of the hill and let y'all see this. A little bit of a thin spot right here. I think the deer got into this. The deer jumped right on this field. It's back here on the back side of the farm. They feel comfortable back here. I come back here and run them out. Found out they're terrified of the drone. It freaks them out bad. So that's a handy deer chasing tool. But that's a look at the 6 acre field. I'll get a little more footage of that end down there. That end down there, for some reason, I think it's probably the sand or something, the planter, the wheels turned. They did a lot better. But I think next year, if I slow down a little bit, I was playing with the GPS while I was planting this field, learning about it. And I found out one of the features on the GPS showed me my ground speed. Don't have a speedometer on the Ford 4000. But I found out, you know, the speed that I thought was a good speed was about 3.2 miles an hour. And I'm thinking maybe if I slowed it down to maybe 2.8, planter might work better. Well, let me get to work out here killing water hemp. It's right over there. I've looked the other end of the field and I don't have any over there. It's just that one spot that I can see so far. Cousin's corn over there in that, I call it the triangle shaped field. I am so delighted with that and so thankful to him for all the work he's put into making that corn crop over there. Looking forward to seeing a whole lot of organic matter come out of that, go back into that soil over there to improve it. July the 1st. Probably here to win. That corn over there that cousin put out there on that 2 acre piece is looking really good in the good soil, and the 2 heavy red clay spots not so much. But I'm thinking when he runs his little gleaner combine over it to harvest the corn, I get out there with a pitchfork and move some of that debris to those red clay spots to cut back into that and help them out. Yeah, that's a pretty section right there where the rows are fairly filled out and go all the way down out of sight, filled out. This has just been super slow to grow. This stuff's been out here, let's see, I don't know, I've lost track of the plant date and I don't have my book with me, so I won't say anything that's wrong. Throw a little text into the video to mark that. I think once this gets up a little taller, gets near more close to making a canopy, it's going to be a right pretty field. It's going to be a whole lot more fun to harvest this year. Last year I was running around out here getting every little plant. You might remember the video. That was when I finally revealed how poor this field was. Made some joke about these plants were socially distancing themselves from one another. I don't think people appreciated that joke. But next year, take the things I learned about the planter and be doggone sure to apply them and look for improvement. Well, let me get to work. Water hemp, your days are numbered. Okay, got that knocked out, got that off my mind, off my list of things to do. Wasn't that bad. Got a little spot down at the other end of the field that's got mostly just grass in it. Go down there and spray that. There's enough Roundup in this mix to take care of it. This is down at the other end of the 6 acre field. We were way up there at the other end doing that spraying on the water hemp. And what I'd noticed down here, well, first off, the deer went on this end big time. Maybe they'll leave it alone for a while and let it grow. But in that missing row, there's a bunch of grass that's come up right there. And I just walk across here and let you get a look at, what we got. This is the really poor end of the field as far as the soil goes. It's mostly red clay, hard as a rock. For years, I never could get anything to come up down here on this end. But I did a bunch of soil improvement programs with got a hold of sweet grazer sorghum. It was the kind with the big leaf and big stalk. That very next time I put beans on it after that program, I actually started getting some beans in this end of the field. I was real pleased with that. Kind of toying around with the idea of from here out to where it starts to drop off. I guess that would be close to 40 yards, maybe 30. See if Cousin Scott might be interested in doing some corn back here. I don't know, something to think about. Anything to get organic matter into this red clay is going to help it. I've already seen the signs of that. Because I do have, rows of beans back here in this rock hard red clay, and they would probably be a whole lot better if I had operated the planter correctly, and if the deer had left them alone a little bit and let them grow. But when I look across there, these spots, there's another grass spot I need to think about going out there and spraying. Grass is not so bad about being a problem. It will rob you moisture and your nutrients and choke your plants out, but at least it doesn't produce seed like that stinking water hemp. Water hemp and morning glory are two serious, prolific seed producers. But anyhow, to give you an idea how that looks just walking up that far from the truck. Well, I thought I'd find out what it's like to walk in the cornfield. Never had corn here until last year. So this is what it's like, huh? All right. I'm 6 foot tall, and go on in a little further and you can see, I guess this corn would qualify as 6 foot tall. Interesting. So this is what it's like to walk in the cornfield. Okay. Kind of reminds me of tobacco rows, but tobacco wasn't as tall. Yeah, this was an old tobacco farm. Cousin Scott and I, as children, worked together out here in this very field. Let's see, I would have been 7 or 8 years old. I'm 63. And your turn to do the math.